Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace, and today is Monday, April 17th. This is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, and cats, but most importantly knitting, because that is what I love to do all day, every day. I have various social medias that you can follow me on. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, so please go follow me over on there if you are interested in what I get up to during the weeks that I don't record. I also have show notes, so links to things that I will be talking about will hopefully be in my show notes. If I forget anything, which is possible, I do apologize. If you need help finding anything, just send me a message and I can find it for you. I also work at a yarn store. It's called Pearly Girls. It is in Spring, Texas, and I'll leave all the various social media, online information, all the various places if you'd like to check us out either online or in person. I also am a knitting pattern tech editor, and if you are interested or in need of, or if you know of anyone who is interested or in need of someone who tech edits knitting patterns, you can check out all my information and my rates and how that works through the Graceful Edits tab on my blog, and I would love to start a chat with you. I have so much to talk about. I am in a new location, but I am still in my house. We are just in the bedroom. So allergies, of course. My voice sounds a little different. It is. So let's just get into it, because I don't want to add too much into this intro, and then this intro is way too long. If you would like to grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, something to craft upon, an animal snuggle, a laundry to fold, I'm going to be folding. I have a already big pile on the bed that I need to do later. When this is done, actually. Whatever it is, I hope it is bringing you joy, or how I hope I'm helping you get through a task that is not as pleasant, like folding the laundry. Whatever you are doing, I can do all of those things, none of those things, whatever brings you joy, and you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. Okay, so where do I put this so I don't knock it over? I'm on the floor. You can probably guess that because there's the door, and I'm below the door handle, or doorknob, I should say. Anyway, so first off, why am I here? These are my wintry, relatively wintry sweaters. Sam wonderfully and kindly lets me use them as a decorative piece. These are not the most pristine condition that they've ever been in. At the end of the season, obviously, I've been wearing them, shoving them back in, adding things to this shelf system, IKEA bookshelves. So why am I in here? Let's get back on point. If you are new, Sam, my husband, he works from home for sure, Mondays and Fridays. Wonderful, I love that. But some Mondays have more calls and meetings, online meetings, than others, and there are just a lot of them today, and there's a lot of voices coming from the office, so I'm in here with the door shut. That also means that I'm farther away from the dryer buzzing, which is also very nice, so I hopefully will not have to edit that out as much. I may a little, but hopefully not as much. I also hope that Birdie's not too upset at me, because I have shut the door to the bedroom, but he is currently asleep on the couch, so hopefully he doesn't wake up and realize that he has lost access to the bedroom for a hot second. Second of all, I apologize for not recording last week. Last week would have been my every other week time to record, but it was Easter weekend, and we did all the fun celebration stuff with Sam's family and church stuff, and it was great. And then Monday, Sam had taken the day off, and he had plans, and then we were doing stuff together, so it just did not work out for me to record, and that's okay. I just took the day off. It was great. What else? I don't know really what else to share. Anything big and new that doesn't have to do with knitting? Not particularly, no. Oh, allergies. Allergies are a thing. It's like, I was thinking about this, funny ways to talk about allergies when I record my podcast. Allergies have kind of, the phrase would be come out to play, but I feel like they've come out to demolish and annihilate, and they are definitely doing that. So I apologize for my voice sounding weird and not being my normal self. But it happens, you know, it does in fact happen. If you don't have allergies, or if you don't suffer from allergies, I do know a few people that I've talked to that they just don't have allergies, and it's like, bless you. I hope you stay that way for the rest of your life. I hope you never have to deal with allergies. I am so glad for you. I would not wish them upon anybody, because they are not fun. And I know that a lot of people can relate. Anyway, so knitting discussions. We've got so many things to talk about. We've got new stuff, we've got old stuff, we've got random stuff, we've got future stuff. So, let's just start, shall we? So first of all, if you watched the last episode, you would know that I was working on a test knit for Alicia Plummer. It was a cabled, it was gray, it was cabled all over, and my goal was to have it finished by the next time I recorded, which would have been last week. And I got to a certain point where I was getting ready to start the short rows around the neck, and I was looking at the pattern, and upon further investigation I realized that I had done all of the decreases incorrectly. I put them in the wrong spot, and it was quite a sad moment. I had a little cry. It was very upsetting, and because of when the deadline potentially was and where I would have had to have ripped back to, it just was not going to be enough time. So I messaged Alicia Plummer, and I was like, I am so sorry. I have to let this one go. I can't make it by the deadline. My apologies. And she was very kind. So I let that test knit go, which actually I think is the first test knit that I've actually not completed and been like, I can't do this. So yeah. You know, some things are just not, it just takes too much time, and within the timeline that I was potentially working around, it was just going to be not possible. And so we just say goodbye to that one, and that's okay. So it's sitting in timeout right now, and who knows what will happen. And yeah, but it is a beautiful sweater. It is called, I think she called it the Tomorrow sweater, and it is out. So if you are interested in knitting it, if you are interested in a lot of cabling, because it creates a beautiful texture, and it's a great beautiful sweater, that is available to you. So if you are interested. So I don't actually have that to show you all. I do have another test knit, but it is in the bottom of one of these containers of knitting that I have. So we will not get to that quite yet. I do have another finished object though, that you all have not, oh no, you have seen, I think. You've seen the startings of. I finished my diaphanous raglan, which is a sweater by Jessame. And if you are uncertain as to what diaphanous means, because I didn't know what that meant either, it kind of means just kind of like floaty, airy, ethereal, that kind of vibe. Which fits this sweater for sure. So you have a fingering weight and you have a mohair. You hold both together for the body and the neckband, and then for the sleeves you just hold the one strand of mohair. So you can see through that. I finished it. I love it. It's amazing. and there was a lot of yarn chicken played. It was so close, very close, but I made it and I'm happy with it. I think, I mean, if anything, I would prefer it to be a little bit longer, but because of my yarn requirements and what I had, I can really make it work. So that's okay. That's okay. Like I said, I'm still very happy with it. I used for my main color, I used, it's kind of hard to see, but when you're up closer you can. There's tweed in here, so it's from Skein Queen. It's just kind of like a tweedy light pink. And then my mohair is from Chelsea Luxe in the semi-precious colorway. And yeah, it was super easy. I would definitely make another one of these. I'd love to make a long sleeve version with the bishop sleeves. I think that would be beautiful. And it's such that you can wear it either way. It's got a, so yeah, I'm super excited about this, and it was a fun thing to knit. It was a little bit different. We had some kind of intarsia going on with the sleeves, and interesting construction, because you actually start with the sleeve cap in general on both sides, and then you join everything together, opposed to your regular raglan sweater construction. But I love it. I know that it looks very short. It looks very short. I promise that it is like a decent length on me. It just looks very oddly short, but it's fine. It's fine, and I'm very excited about it. So there are a couple of us who are knitting them at Pearly Girls, and some of them have been completed. I'm very excited. So, Diaphanous Raglan by Jessame. I love knitting her patterns. They're so informative. They're very, goes above and beyond with information, which is really nice. It can get overwhelming when you are reading the patterns though, because there is a lot to read, but if you just sort out what you need for your size and like how to do the alterations and adjustments to fit you exactly how you want it to, they're great. So many sizes, so many ways to customize it to fit you just the way that you want it. She just came out with, it's like this, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like kind of like a haltery racer back top, and it's got some lace on the whole body, and I don't know why, but I can't stop thinking about it, which I feel like is a sign that I need to knit it, and I would really enjoy that because, again, we're getting to the time of the year where summer tops are helpful and handy and fun to wear, like the diaphanous. That's going to be pretty warm because of the mohair, but still, we'll make it work, you know. But, so, I'm very excited. I don't know what all in regards to this other top is going to happen, but I have thoughts and ideas bouncing around in my head. So moving along, that's my only other finished object. I could have sworn that there was more, but I don't actually know if there is. Because I was working on the Alicia Plummer test knit for a long time, and I just did that, or I let that go right before I was supposed to record, I think. So, anyway, moving along. So, my next closest to being finished object, whip, work in progress, whatever, is my Linden cardigan, and I don't like playing yarn chicken, guys. I just really, it makes me so stressed. I'm 100% playing yarn chicken and will definitely lose. I have this much left for both sleeves, or a sleeve and a half, really. It's not, happening. And I'm pretty bummed about it. I thought I did the math correctly when we got the yarn. I don't know why I don't have enough, but whatever. It is what it is. But I have finished the body. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me post a picture of this. I just love this. Like, this is the lightest, most summery, squishy cardigan. Sorry, my needles are clicking together. It's hard to see the texture. It is garter stitch, but we've got these like offset slip stitches every so often, and it is Fiber Company and Aaron Moore. Aaron Moore? I don't know what I was about to say, but it wasn't Aaron Moore. Aaron Moore Light. In the, I thought it had some name, oh, Shamrock, that's what it was. I was like, I know it's not the Shire, but it's something like the Shire. So I don't really know yarn-wise what I'm going to do. I mean, I know I need to get more. The question is, when am I going to get more? Because I had really, really hoped and set this unnecessary goal and a deadline on myself, because why not? To have this finished by the next time that we go and visit my parents, which is actually going to be at the beginning of May. And I thought I was going to have enough yarn and it was going to be great. I could theoretically order more, just one more skein from Maker and Stitch now and get it in time to like finish it quickly. And because I mean this sleeve is going super fast. Because it is garter stitch, it's actually knit flat. Because who wants to do garter stitch in the round? Not I. I have done it before and would do it again for certain things, but for this type of sleeve, no. No, 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 no. So, I mean, in theory, I could get it done. Or I could just wait and get it when we're there and just enjoy it then. But like also I would really like to just have it when I'm there so I can work on other things, you know? And I know that they have it because it's on their website and I got it from them originally, so I know that they have it. These dilemmas, so intense, such problematic things to think about. First world problems. When do I get my yarn? Do I order it now or do I wait? Either way, I need to get more. I've loved knitting this sweater. So I didn't say who designed it. This is by Melody of Bee Mandarins. She is like, her whole aesthetic, her style, her vibe, I want that. I want that. She just has the most cozy looking pictures on Instagram and her patterns are great. I actually tested it for her a long time ago, right before the pandemic, I think. And yeah, I just love this. The construction of this is fascinating. Once you get past the knitting, the body, and dividing for the fronts and the back and all that jazz, and how you connect everything, and then also continuing on the neckband, because it still continues on, is just so fascinating. And I learned things. I had to watch the video tutorial, which thank goodness there was one. Otherwise I would have been super confused. But super simple. Once I kind of like saw what direction we were going and like finally understood, it's like, oh, of course. Why would it be any way else? Super fascinating. And then of course the sleeves are knit flat. And then once I'm done with the sleeves, I'm done with the whole thing other than buttons. I'm just missing the yarn for my second sleeve. I bet this will probably be enough for me to finish the first sleeve. It may actually not be. I need to order that today. I'm gonna do, oh, what do I have in here? Oh my goodness. I have little Kinder Easter eggs that I threw into my bag for some reason. Don't know why. What a nice little surprise. I'm not gonna have one now, but I'll have one later. There's Easter candy everywhere. So, the Linden cardigan by Melody of Bee Mandarins. I have really enjoyed working on this. It's been such like a calm knit. It's been very chill, and I forgot that I messed up at the very beginning, right when I did my ribbing. I forgot about that, and again, no one's gonna know except for me and no you guys, but you can't see what it looks like from back here, so no, it's okay. It really does not matter. It does not bother me. So, and if it had bothered me, I would have ribbed it out a long time ago. This is somehow still fitting in a bag that I got from Rose and Seams at Spring Showers, Spring Mayflowers, which is quite appropriate for right now because we are at the end of April. Can we believe that we are at the end of April? What? So, loving this. Fits so nicely. Next up, what do we want to talk about? Let us talk about this while not knocking over the camera. I have a big project living in this random tote. This box, this storage box. Can we believe that? How organized of me. It's really not that organized, but makes things easy for toting things around. So, what do we talk about next? I don't know. What are we even doing? I'm at the point with my allergies and stuff where you've taken so much medicine to help combat things that you're just kind of like in constant brain fog, and I hate it. I hate it. Honestly, may think it may be a sinus infection at this point, but we'll see. I'm sure you were curious. I'm sure you were fascinated, and now you know, so you're welcome. Moving along, let's talk about this one. So, this has been kind of a not a languishing web. This was my Christmas cast on with my mom. You can't see any of that from back here. I apologize. I'm so sorry. I mean, we've got great light. I'm facing like in front of a window. Like, great. Other than the glare in my glasses and not being able to see texture from back here, everything's great. The colors are great. The lighting is great. I'm sitting on a squishy pillow. We have sweaters in the background. The fan is going. We've got good airflow. It's all good things. Except for those two things. Glare in my glasses and not being able to see texture. This is an Isabel Kramer test knit. I apologize, I got on a big tangent there. not a test knit. I'm so sorry. This is an Isabel Kramer sweater that I believe is called Venia, Benia. There are many ways to say that, and I don't know which way it is, and I do apologize. But this is such fascinating construction. We're on a interesting construction kick, apparently. The shoulders are rapidly increased along, you can't see that at all, I'm so sorry, along this line right here. I say that being able to look at like the viewfinder thing, and then when I'm editing this I'll probably be like, oh, of course you can see everything, it's just fine. Hopefully you can see everything anyway. So I have been working, so you work to a certain point and then you separate for the front and the back. I don't remember which side I'm working on. It may actually be the back because I can see this part is raised and I know there were short rows. So I'm just tootling along, working on the pattern, which you can see a little bit better now. This yarn I also got from Maker and Stitch. It is Issair's Highland wool, am I correct? I am correct. And Shibui Silk Cloud, which we got on sale because obviously Shibui has gone out of business since then. But I'm coming to the end of both my first balls of yarn, and I'm just over the moon with this. I know this doesn't look like anything when I'm holding this up, but I promise. This is my, like, my neck. There we go. Works out great because I think this is the back. Doesn't go in the front, but whatever, you get the idea. This is a good look, right? Good luck. So I did not need to prove that this was going to be a sweater. We know that this is a sweater. I've done stuff like this before. Oh my goodness. I am a mess today. But at least my hair is clean, you know? It's the little things. Yes. So, loving working on this. This has kind of been on the back burner a little bit, but did get pulled out recently, and I did knit a good amount on the back. So hopefully I'd like to continue, get the back done, work on the front, get them back together again, and continue on. The nice thing is that the textured cable pattern is only in the front, so that's nice. And it will continue on, obviously, once I get everything back in the round for the body. So, but it's a very straightforward pattern. It's super easy, very, not memorizable necessarily, but pretty straightforward. I can kind of like guesstimate what I'm doing next, which is nice. Makes for little brain power. It is wonderful. I love it. I think it's a time for a coffee break, you know. Okay, so next up, let's talk about my bubble cardigan. I've made, oh, is this attached to something? Yes, it is. I've made decent progress on the back. Ta-da! So I've got the two fronts done. And now I'm just working on the back. And we'll continue working on it until I reach a certain amount of rows or stripes. And then I'll join everything in the round and continue on until the end of the body, which will take quite a long time, but I am loving it so much. Like, it is the most repetitive, simple, straightforward thing, could be the most boring thing. The things that are making this just so amazing is that it is, I love these colors. I cannot even with these colors. Like, I just, we have mostly Suburban Stitcher and a couple of Heathered Handmade skeins in here, and I am just over the moon with these colors. Second of all, it is so mindless. It is so nice when I don't need to think. It's chill. It's like my linen cardigan is just like, oh man, this is what I needed right now. I don't need to think about it. I don't need to worry about it. It's gonna be fine. I'm just knitting. It's okay. And I'm purling and doing some bubbly stitches. Easy peasy. So nice. And so it's just been like a cooling, calming balm for my brain recently, you know? Because we all need those things. It's the little things, you know? It is the little things. This is the Bubble Cardigan by Stephen West. I didn't say, I apologize. This was my birthday cast on. It is especially big and special. It is especially special because it was my 30th birthday this past February, and so I decided to go big with my birthday cast on. In the past, they've been on the smaller side with like shawls and stuff. Not this year. Not this year. So, I'm loving it so much. Very little in the grand scheme of things progress has been made, but some progress has been made, so it counts for something. And slowly but surely, I have been loving every second working on it, so it is so nice. I love it so much. So next up, then the last two things that I'm going to talk about are actually two new things, technically. One of them you've never ever seen before. One of them you've seen the yarn before. You just haven't seen this yarn in this project. And I say that because I took my 12-day advent calendar from last year from Ash and Bumble, excuse me. It was Anne of Green Gables themed, which has a very, very near and dear place in my heart. So of course I had to do it, had to get it. It's amazing. I love the colors. It's awesome. I was really not, like, I loved what I was doing, don't get me wrong. It's a great pattern. It was kind of like a garter, zigzaggy pattern scarf. And I was striping things and kind of fading things, carrying Stellaris throughout the whole thing, so it was glittery. It's amazing, and for some reason I just wasn't really like loving working on the pattern and the yarn. Like, it just wasn't what I had envisioned. So I was like, I think it was either right before I let go of the Alicia Plummer test or right after, because I was just like, I don't care. I just need to do something new. We're gonna take time and frog this other thing, which was a huge pain because I had been striping and I had been carrying the Stellaris, and there were two things of Stellaris going on, which, if you are unfamiliar, they look like this, and it's like string. And so, frogging with two of them, ends were woven in, things were cut, obviously. It was not the most fun time I've ever had. But for some reason it was what I needed in the moment, and it worked out perfectly. And so I had just finished my Perfectionist Trap, my pink and purple Perfectionist Trap by Casey Knits, and I had just loved working on that. It was another mindless knit. It was another great, like, ooh man, this is bringing me such satisfaction right now. And I had the idea of doing it on a smaller needle and just holding the yarns single. And I got that started. And I was going along and I was like, this is not quite the fabric that I wanted to create, and also I would really love to use up all the yarn that I have, like all of it. I don't really want to have any left over, for no particular reason, just because it would be nice to use it all up. And so I was like, you know what? I loved my can't remember the name of it, but it was the scarf that I made 2 years ago with Heathered Handmaid's advent calendar. It was that scarf that you marl 2 strands together of 2 of your advent calendar 2 strands of your advent calendar yarn. You can do either 2 colors or 2 strands of the 1 color through the whole thing, and that had like a different like a twisted stitch pattern. It was great. Would make that again. Super fun. I love that. Used up every single yard, every little bit. It was great. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that, but with the perfectionist trap. So I did, and let me tell you, I am so happy with how this is turning out. This is turning out better than I would have hoped. Like, I can't. And I'm in the middle of a row because I needed to join in some new yarn at the time, and I was not able to because I was running out of time. But, like, can we even? I have switched around the colors by accident, and I think it's actually working in my favor. But, like, look at that fade. Look at that fade. Look at that glitter. And it's all Anne of Green Gables themed. And it just makes my heart so happy. So at some point, I put this progress keeper in, and obviously I've made it so much farther. So I'm getting ready to start this one and do these 2 together. And after that, I will have 4 mini skeins left that are darker colors, which I'm so excited about. So I think, and now I can't remember the order that they go in. I can't remember. But anyway, so these are the last 4 colors. After I finish with these 2, this has gone by so quickly. And again, this is another, like, this is a calm, peaceful balm to my soul, to my brain. It's bringing me so much joy. It's Anne of Green Gables themed. It's beautiful. It's so squishy and it's sparkly. Like, can we even? I don't know if you can really see the sparkle that much on camera, but believe you me, it is sparkly and I love it. This is such a good pattern. Like, it's one of those ones that you can do literally anything to or with, and it'll be beautiful. And I love that this was such a spur of the moment decision. This was very much like, I don't care. I do care, but I also don't care. And I just need to do something with this, and I want to do this, and it's going to be easy, and I'm going to knit it on a big needle, and it'll be so much fun, and I was right. Trust your gut sometimes, you know? Trust your gut. So I did that with one of these sweaters back here. It was a very spontaneous change from what I had intended for the yarn, and it ended up being like my favorite sweater that I had made that year. It's like, you know what, why didn't I think of this before? Why didn't I do that? But that's okay. You know what? If I do any 12 skein advent calendars again, which I'm sure I will, I'll probably do more perfectionist straps because they are awesome. It's a great way to use up all your yarn because you can marl things. You don't have to marl things if you don't want to. Get the DK weight version of an advent calendar if you have that option. Love it. If you don't have an advent calendar, just knit the pattern. You will not regret it. It is such a good pattern. It's so easy. The only downside that I think that I have run into when I just like work on it in random places is that I don't necessarily have stitch markers when I need them, and you kind of need them just to make things easier for yourself. So what I need to do is like just have a locking stitch marker on whatever project and always have like at least 10 stitch markers on that locking stitch marker, so I'm always ready to go. Because I end up having a bunch of like random stitch markers that don't necessarily go together. They're from like different containers, they're from like different project bags, they're from random things that I've thrown in my purse before, which is fine. It's all okay. I love it though. It's my new favorite thing. One of my new favorite things. So that is that. Lastly, but by no means leastly, because we always have to say that, move the bubble cardigan out of the way. So, I am test knitting for Tiff Neeland again. Surprise, surprise. We do love her patterns so dearly. And I saw this, she posted about this, and I was like, I really would love to do that. I know exactly what I want to do. And we're just in a big marling mood because it's like completely marled. And this box contains my palette. Basically, I went stash diving. The original pattern is not written for like in a scrappy way, but obviously you can't do that very easily, which is what I'm doing. So here's my marling marls together so far, and I am literally, like I had just done the last thing before dividing for the sleeves, and I needed to do that. So I'm getting ready to do that, and then I'm just on Body City. But I love this so much. Again, it's such a mindless thing. It's so easy, and when I just want to, when my timer goes up or goes off, I switch yarns, and I've got so much random things in here and little bits and pieces, and I just love it so much. I do have some blues in here, so we'll see where they get added in. My main color is that I'm holding throughout the whole thing is Lannis Light, which I got from work, in like a gray colorway, gray heathery colorway. It's definitely on the cooler side. I'm loving it. I love this yarn so much. I love Lannis Light in general. I knit my Fall Frolic by Samantha Gurin out of this, and it's so good. So good. There is a fun neckline and cuffs, and I don't remember what stitch pattern it's in, but it's different. And I intend to use this, which is just like a super pinky, dark purpley amazingness. So it'll be super contrasty in regards to that. It will have a very like light and then that on top for the neckline, which is exactly what I had envisioned, and I'm so excited. So I'm really loving that. Just plugging along. All done with the increases. I also got to tech edit that pattern, which is super awesome and super great. Love that. I enjoy getting to do both of the same pattern. That's very fun for me. So that is actually all that I have been working on. We will put this stuff away and get a little more organized very quickly because we have talked for a decent amount of time. My voice is very tired. I've got 2 projects. I have many future projects that I want to work on. I should take that back. I don't have just 2 projects. I've got many future projects that I want to do. But in the nearest possible future, I have 2 that I have brought yarn in with me to discuss. One of them is pretty firmly, or is very firmly set in regards to the main color. I didn't bring in my contrasting color options because I don't really know yet. But I will be doing, I got these 2 skeins of Remix Light from work. It's kind of like this creamy, a cool cream. And I love this yarn. It's nylon, cotton, acrylic, silk, and linen. So it's super lightweight. It's very airy and drapey. And I'm going to do the Pressed Flowers cardigan. Did I already say that? I apologize. I'm going to do the Pressed Flowers cardigan. And for my contrasting color, I plan on using some of my a lot of options of Noro. Could I say that? Could I have said that any weirder? I have a lot of options when it comes to Noro, and that's what I'm going to look at. So I'm super excited. I have had my eye on this cardigan for a long time, pretty much since it's ever come out. These words keep getting mixed up. Ever since it's come out. I apologize. And there have just been a couple on my news feed or on my Instagram feed recently that I keep seeing people are finishing them, and it's just like, I need that. I thought it was a heavier weight, which was really putting me off, and then I realized that it was actually kind of like a sport weight, and someone had used Remix Light, which we had, and I love this color, and my idea was kind of going with the neutral and like a really fun variegated, which would be the Noro. And so yeah, I'm not sure when I'm starting this, but I am so excited. So excited. I'm so excited. So, future knitting. Next up, future knitting. So this for sure is probably going to be one of the colors. If not, I need to assess my other mohair situation. But I want to make the Pink Velvet by Andrea Mowry, and I want to use these 2 little bits. And it's not showing up quite on the viewfinder, but if I remember correctly on the computer screen it does show up much better. But this is the Hot Kiss colorway on the Full House Baby Surrey Alpaca and Silk yarn from Mace of Skeins. From Macy. She is wonderful. And I knit you can actually see it back here, right there, my Amara sweater out of this yarn. And I happen to have a full extra skein and a little bit left, and I would just really love to have this like as a yoke, colorwork yoke. Like, can we even? The question is, what is my main color? Because I could go with a fun color, not a neutral, and I have a sweater's quantity's worth of this Drops Alpaca, which would be fun. Or do I go neutral? Not this yarn, but something like that. What do I do? I don't know. Do I go dark? Do I go light? Do I do another really fun color, like an orange? Like, I'm going to use one of our throw pillows as an example. Like this color with this. Like, that would be so awesome. I would love that. Or how about the mustard? Ooh, I love that. I think I like the orange better though. What do we think? Orange or mustard? Ooh, I can't do that. There we go. Or teal. No. Teal? No. Mustard. Orange. I really like the orange though. The orange is making me think. It's making me think. Isn't this a nice pillow? I do love this pillow. It came from Target. It is kind of coming apart a little bit, but it is an easy thing to sew. That was fun. It's fun to gather ideas about the colors that you see around you. You know? you know? Anyway, so that's all my future knitting that I currently have, like, in the forefront of my mind, the forefront in my forehead. What? Also, the, like, new summery top from Jessame, I really want to do that, and I do not know what yarn I want to use for that, though. We will see. Who knows, maybe I'll have something cast on by the next time I see you. Hopefully I'll have things finished. When is the next time that I record? It may actually be 3 weeks because I will be gone to visit my parentals. No, I will not be gone. It will be May 1st. How wonderful. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, so I'll record on the 1st of May, and then we'll be gone. Okay, cool. Perfect. Nice. Easy peasy. So who knows what I will have finished and what I will have started between now and then. To quote Miss Rachel Lynde, excuse me, from Anne of Green Gables, which we have established has a very special place in my heart. You're never safe from surprise until you're dead. So, with that, thank you so much for joining me today. This has been quite the episode. Being in a new location, being a little disorganized, but here we are. It's all okay. We got through it. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I keep saying that every time I record, I feel like now, but this is just how life is. This is just realistic, you know? You make it work. I have social media. I have show notes, I have yarn store information, and I have tech editing information. If you have any questions or anything about any of those things, feel free to send me a message on Instagram, or if you'd just like to say hello, I would love that. I hope you've had a wonderful past couple of weeks, and you continue to have the next couple of weeks. I hope that they are very wonderful and allergy-free. And if you have crafty plans, I hope that they are so successful. Are you casting on anything new and fun right now? Who knows what we will cast on? I'm very excited. We will see. Anyway, what do I really want to get finished? I'd love to finish the Perfectionist Trap. I do think that that is entirely very easily possible. I also would need to order the Linden yarn today, probably. Very doable. Very doable. Very easy to finish, like, yeah. And I'm pretty sure I need to look at the buttons that we have at work. Because I need 5 buttons, and they're on the bigger side, which opens the realm of possibilities, because I feel like we have a lot of big buttons. I'm just thinking out loud to myself now. Things to think about. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. You are wonderful. You are enough. Good luck with whatever crafty endeavors that you may have upcoming. And with that, I will see you all next time.